Yep.
Yo.
Yep. What's up? What up? What up? What up?
What up, fellas?
Not much. Another day in paradise. Yeah, that's the nail in the coffin for St. Joe's, fellas. Big three. We're dead. We're dead.
Yeah. What up, everyone? Good to see you. Welcome, Pump Fake Pod. Everyone tuning in. Thanks so much. Appreciate you all. Weird night tonight with only 2 games going on for college basketball, but all eyes were on the NIT quarterfinals tonight in those 2 games. So still magical, even though it's only 2 games, but doesn't matter when you got all eyes and everybody tuned into the NIT on a nice little Tuesday here.
Yeah, nice little NIT, I guess, is a way to put it. Game 1 was good. Shouldn't have been. Tulsa was killing them. Come back to hook us. Incredible. Up 19. Another
Us,
collapse.
get out of here.
What's that?
I said, us, get out of here. Good. Plus 4.5. Too
Also,
easy.
on the Pump Fake Pod last night.
You guys battled, though, last night. You guys battled. Tulsa minus 4.5 versus Tulsa minus 4.5. Who won? Play the music.
Nobody fucking lost or won. And that one should have both won. Should have been easy winners. But yeah,
that's basketball for you, baby.
That's basketball.
2 halves. 2 halves. Tale of 2 halves.
Exactly. I mean, look at the first half of the St. Joe's game. St. Joe's looked good. They got the lead, and second half they looked dead. They got no legs. They're airballing shots. We're fucked. It was a fun ride for St. Joe's.
8 minutes left. Only down 2 to spread.
They can't even pass the ball. Oh, thankful. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. But
game of runs. Game of runs.
Yep, plenty of time. But yeah, definitely looking weird. But only 2 games though tonight, so nothing too crazy. But yeah, Tulsa was up at like 56 points or something like that in the first half, 52 points. And then Wichita State comes back and does a 12-point deficit in the second half, 43 to 31 points scored second half. So Wichita State loses by 4. But yeah, that was a great game. But Tulsa, we got that right. We know Tulsa was going to come out strong, and they were laying points against a team that had their number all season. And Tulsa finally get the one they wanted in the NIT. So props to Tulsa. They're moving on to Indianapolis.
I think they might have wanted the semifinals in the American a little bit more than than this one, but hey, I digress.
Hey, postseason's postseason. Either way, they probably all would have lost to South Florida anyway. So
I will say, 1-2 on the year against them, so that evened up the series. 2-2 on the year, and last time out, Tulsa did not have their best player, so didn't have him against Wichita State in the semis, and then didn't have him the first 2 games in the NIT. So I kind of thought I was a little screwed when I had plus 4.5 because I didn't realize he came back, David Green. So I'm talking about, but didn't matter.
No, it did not matter. But yeah, we called that last night, just especially how they played last time out against Wichita State, even without their best player. What is injury news in college basketball? It doesn't matter. Next person up. But outside of the sporting news world, not sporting news, outside of the actual sports scores updating news, just came out right before the Pump Fake Pod. Hubert Davis officially let go from North Carolina. North Carolina will now be actively seeking somebody outside of the North Carolina realm. So it's been quite some time since they've had to go far and search for somebody, especially a coach, as Hubert Davis was under Roy Williams for such a long time. Make the national title game as a 9 seed or whatever they were, and then blow a 20-point lead to being pretty mid the rest of the way. But 102 and 54 in his career gets you fired here in Chapel Hill. So Hubert Davis, maybe back to ESPN.
Yeah, wouldn't think that 24 and 6, Caleb Wilson getting ready to come back, breaks his thumb in a freak accident, dunking on the rim after returning from a broken hand, and they don't win a game the rest of the year, and he gets fired. So, that's how the cookie crumbles, I guess. If they had Caleb Wilson, guarantee you Hubert Davis doesn't get fired.
Yeah, probably not. He'll get a good gig somewhere. He'll be decent. I mean, he's got talent. Maybe closing out games isn't a specialty at times, but I mean, he still made some runs. Regardless of his roster or not, still did that. But I will say this: if
another basketball game for college basketball,
what?
I'll put all my money on that he doesn't coach another basketball game for college basketball.
I'll take that all day. I'll take that all day. In the world of the NIL, he can go anywhere and spend money. I mean, look at what Vanderbilt did. You can go to any shit tier fucking program. Georgia Tech, they can get some NIL. They'll spend money. Well, I'm just saying, like a program like that or something at the power level easily could. I will say, if North Carolina goes after Greg Gard, I'll be so mad. I will be so pissed to lose Greg Gard to North Carolina. Fingers crossed it doesn't happen. But yeah, fingers crossed we don't lose Greg Gard.
I don't think they're really hunting Greg Gard, my man.
Hey, consistency. It's something North Carolina has lacked for a minute.
Not a final game, though, appearance. Something Greg Gard.
You'll win the big games that don't matter, and you'll lose in the tournament every year.
Hey, they are going to honor his contract, so I thought that was kind of cool by North Carolina. To announce that they're going to honor his 4 years. You got to
respect the your own, I guess, is how they like to phrase it.
Did.
Our own a little
bit.
They
did, so respect to them.
Yeah. So a lot of schools have done that for guys, but Trevor, I think that's my point there of him not going to coach again. I think he got a favor with North Carolina. He got the classic corporate career boost there, next in line, right? And then I don't think anyone's going to be really actively seeking him, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong.
When Wes Miller's getting hired at Charlotte, you can't tell me Hubert Davis wouldn't have gotten hired over Wes Miller if he would have agreed to it.
I'm just saying.
Hubert Davis wants to to
No. I'm saying if they offered him, if those two were open and they offered Hubert Davis,
they wouldn't.
Just because. I'm just saying, just because
they wouldn't.
I'm just saying they could have,
but they won't.
Who's to say?
What do you always say, Huff? Ifs, ands, or buts, and something about candy nuts. It would be
Christmas and buts, candy and nuts, and every day would be Christmas.
Thank you.
But no, my point is just that I don't think he wants to. I think it was what maybe Elliott was getting at there, and then also I think because he had that boost the North Carolina job and how it went, it's a classic oh, there's a reason why so and so isn't coaching or whatever, or Mike Woodson or frickin' a lot of former coaches that have just been a part of the program and gets boosted, and then they fade off into the distance.
I mean, you also got to think too,
and he got 4 years paid. Unpaid.
Yeah. You also got to think too, though. It's people. He's 55, so he's not super old, but at the same time,
he's 65.
It's these older style coaches that don't want to dick with the NIL era. Wes Miller, 43, going to Charlotte. I mean, he's still all in, wants to maybe boost himself to another high level job. Hubert Davis has been at North Carolina. I just don't see him wanting to mess with the NIL system. I mean, we saw that with Chris Kleiman. I mean, doing a little cross between football and basketball. Same thing with NIL. Chris Kleiman, 58, at K-State, he just basically flat out said, "I'm done. I'm going to retire because I don't want to deal with the NIL." So I know that, Hubert Davis, I bet, would have been fine, riding on the coattails of the UNC train and coaching out his 4 years and would have been perfectly happy. But I don't necessarily think there's a spot that he's going to go that's going to really want to make him make it worth him dealing with all the NIL bullshit.
Yeah.
And I could see it.
Trevor, you got a point. I think that job aged the shit out of Hubert Davis for sure. You can kind of tell.
Yeah, when I looked up his age,
he was 70. I would have been like, "Oh, I only thought he was 65."
When I looked his age, I was like, "Oh shit, he's only 55." I definitely thought he was 65. I thought he was pushing Medicare Part A.
I do remember the Hubert Davis on ESPN College Game Day, basically back in the day. Hubert Davis was on one of those
decade and a half ago.
Yeah, a little bit. And then he came up to be associate head coach for North. See, again, another ladder jump that I don't think is enticing to another program, in my opinion.
If he likes to coach and he wants to, he'll get a job somewhere and he'll take it. It's not like he won't get offered. I think his agent will take calls.
Tell me who's offering him.
Well, I don't know offhand. I mean, a lot of these coaching vacancies kind of gotten filled right now. I mean, other coaches have stayed. People are still playing. Big 3 St. Joe's. I don't know. Give me a list. I can find a couple, but I don't know offhand. I've seen a few coaching moves, but haven't fully delved in. But,
we can agree to disagree. I just think that the whole point I'm trying to make is that the way he got the job from North Carolina and
100%.
how he got it is not enticing for another team to sign on to him, basically. And I think that's he gets the job. He finally gets that boost, and it's not all that it's cracked up to be. And keep dooming and glooming St. Joe's. Come on, let's go.
They just had a breakaway that got broken up. Could have had 2 easy buckets or 2 easy points.
Another little little under the radar hire that probably has gotten overlooked by a lot of people, but not here on the Pump Fake Pod. Associate head coach UAB Ryan Cross took the deal for Louisiana Monroe, so he will be with the Hawks next year. Shout out to Ryan Cross, alma mater, Fort Hays State University, D2 here in Kansas, Hays, Kansas. He was the associate head coach the last 3 years for UAB under Andy Kennedy, and now he gets his shot D1 head coaching job there at Louisiana Monroe. So another coaching news for you today.
Big stuff.
Big stuff.
I don't discriminate. 1 through 365, I do not discriminate.
ULM, I discriminate the bottom 300 for sure, but I still like talking about them. But hey, you got to be able to pick on the bottom runts of them as well too. That's what the point of we're talking about the spectrum here.
I did discriminate on them a little bit by calling them the Skyhawks of UT Martin rather than the Warhawks that there actually are. So, my apologies to all the Warhawk faithful.
Yeah, not too loud and proud, especially for basketball, but maybe a new hire gets the job done there for ULM. Maybe don't lose by fucking 50 every game. That'd be a good start for a new season here. But yes, we are pretty much done with the game today. What's up?
Never mind. I had a perfect whatever they call it in the business.
Transition? Segue?
Yes, thank you. I was thinking seeming like a steam or something. It was wrong. But the moment's passed. We're good. It's all good.
You want to rewind? What do we need to say?
If we could rewind live, if this were a recording, I'd be like, hold on. I'm going to chop our dumbass.
Yeah. Sorry that I said Skyhawks of UT Martin. Instead, I should have said the Warhawks. I apologize to the Louisiana Monroe Warhawk faithful.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Patriot League Conference Preview. Okay, I rewinded it way too far back. Sorry. My bad.
No, but you were.
In the Patriot.
Don't go hard on Bucknell preseason, Murph.
In the Patriot League, I think I'm going to choose the Lehigh as the Hawks, the Lehigh Mountain Hawks plus 5,000 to win the regular or the conference championship. Sprinkle that.
I will actually. I have time tomorrow. What I'll do, I went through it. I saw it today. I saw our preseason, the preseason graphics for what we chose. For everything, I'll go through tomorrow. I'll do top 3, 1, 2, 3. For us, see how we all did and whoever divvied up the most points throughout all the conferences. So if you pick the winner, and it's regular season, so if you pick the winner of the conference 3, 2, you get 2, third place, you get 1. So if you pick those, you get a maximum of 6 points. I'll divvy it up. I'll count it up. I'll see who had the better conference top 3.
Guess what? Well, guess what? It doesn't fucking matter because we're here.
It doesn't.
And we made a lot of cash this season. But
right.
We can be prideful about what
it's like we're going to make some more cash with this.
Hey, don't worry. I picked fucking Monmouth 6 in the CAA. Let's go. Let's get that on the back.
Hey, I'm the only one that didn't have Vermont winning it. I did not. I had UMBC at 4. That was the high. I had UMBC the highest out of everybody, but y'all both had Vermont. I had them second.
You had them what?
I had them second.
Who'd you have winning?
Don't
say it. I think it was Maine.
No, wasn't.
He probably had Bryant.
Bryant.
No,
Dead last. First order.
Fucking
Yep.
dead last.
Hey, that don't matter. That doesn't matter in the scoring system, buddy. I just don't get 3 points.
Well, you're made up fucking.
You should get like -10 if you go first to last.
Yeah. Negative. That's a point.
That's an auto. That's an
All right.
auto.
I'm gonna come up with a great system in a game
We
tomorrow.
agree on the point system before you just do the point system.
Nope.
He's like,
I'm gonna.
he looked at
okay.
him. He looked at them all. He's like, okay, we'll just do point system for the top 3 points. It looks like I'll win by like 2 here with this calculation. We're gonna change.
If you picked a perfect conference, you get 10 points. If you reverse swept the conference, you get -50.
That never happened. I did think I had UCLA 4th in the Big Ten, by the way, but or maybe even higher. But
somebody had them up.
I know I didn't pick Purdue to win the Big Ten. I know that.
I think I did.
Oh, we know, buddy. You probably had Purdue like number 1 in the country because you love.
I think you guys had Arizona in like 4th or 5th in the Big 12.
Yeah,
probably.
I think I had them third or 4th.
Oh well, crown them. If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. Who's gonna take a bunch of conference Big 12 preview like it's some bullshit?
Man, what you guys are both bullshit. You fucking refs. They ain't calling no fucking fouls.
Anyway. Big 12's who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook. It's all right, buddy. We're still up 10. I mean, finding this game was fucking impossible. I don't know if it took forever for you guys. With ESPN,
I had to search it on YouTube TV.
Yeah, I had to search it. It was fucking ridiculous.
And it's on ESPN 2.
I popped it up.
Oh, big block.
Easy.
It doesn't even show the games on. It just shows like I have to like search St. Joe's in New Mexico. It's so dumb.
I had to search ESPN and then scroll through each channel.
It's terrible. Dog the Bounty Hunter though is on. So
hell yeah. R.I.P.
R.I.P. the dog, legend.
That is such a cheap shit.
Why is
fucking
not on
dumb
ESPN?
fucking.
Like, why is this not on fucking just ESPN too? You know, like, let's show some love.
What? Not on ESPN, and it's on ESPN 2. Like it's the second choice.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get it on ESPN. We got. I mean, okay. Sports
Center with Scott Van Pelt is on ESPN.
Yeah, well, he can wrap it up. He likes going in late. He starts late plenty of times throughout the year, watching the game.
Yeah, would have been fun, but both in ESPN 2. This one started ESPNU actually because that other game took forever, as it always does. They still can't get the schedule right. We'll just schedule them 6 and 8, 2 hours apart, like a college basketball game. Ever freaking ends 2 hours? No, it doesn't.
Especially a postseason game.
So.
The only time it ends in 2 hours if it's just a thorough 50-point ass beating. And it's just whatever. We're not calling anything. Just play.
If it's like Wisconsin versus Michigan, it's just a complete ass kicking by Wisconsin.
Damn right.
Or High Point. I'm gonna get Trevor a HPU purple jersey next year.
Me too.
All fanatic.
Yeah, I will say.
Not even like the real logo. It's just like the logo. It's like they just plaster a logo on a jersey. You're like, it's good enough.
I will say though, shout out to High Point though, flying out all those students, those alumni, rich ass alumni, flying them all out. Pretty damn cool to see that place packed.
Yeah, well, there's like 3,000 people there.
Yeah, no, that was fire. But speaking of fire, we got a great partner in Rithmm here as well. Rithmm, I believe 42-7 or 41-7 on their brackets.
41-7. 42-7 would be 49 games.
Correct. 41-7. So was the record for one of the Rithmm users using their bracket model predictions. So don't worry. The bracket generators will be back next season, but be worried if you missed it because, it's it's too late almost, because everyone had a chance to put in their type of model that they wanted to support their bracket and use a generation based on whatever type of model that you would like to use. So all you had to do was type that in, and then once the bracket got made on Selection Sunday, it spit out a bracket for you based on the model that's winning. And one of those users went 41-7, 34-0 at one point. A Rithmm user was as well. So picking games is hard, especially for the bracket pools. Rithmm makes that very easy as well. But it's not too late to sign up for Rithmm using promo code PFP25, because there's plenty of games left to talk about, and Rithmm still picks every single game on the slate. No discrepancies, no discrimination for Rithmm. They like them all, no matter if it's Mississippi Valley State playing in the middle of February on a Saturday, or if it's a primetime game of Houston versus Arizona. Rithmm's got you covered with some absolute fire, picking every game, spread, money line, total, and then also other sports as well, too, where they do the same. So make sure you go to Rithmm using promo code PFP25 for 25% off first month. All right.
Also, going back.
I don't know. Hey, I don't know. We've done a 6-hour show before, but I mean, we can do another one if you want. What do you think, Trevor? Oh.
Yeah, I'm not going back for that.
What?
I couldn't even tell you where those are. I couldn't even tell you where those are.
Oh, I could.
I mean,
Chop her up.
I mean, we
Why
can
are
just
we
say,
fouling?
Boom. Chopped. Clip
Yeah.
that.
flip it. Dude, they're fouling because they have a chance to win this game. They're only down
Down
11.
11 with a minute and a half. Give the fuck up. God damn it. Give the people a solid.
Yeah, please.
Hey, I will say, just to kind of piggyback off of Huff and Rithmm, you know, if you just like basketball, you know, and want to venture over to the NBA as the college season kind of comes to a close, NBA props past weekend 60-35 on Rithmm. So shout out to Rithmm. They're going 60-35 on the NBA props just this past weekend. So as we kind of finish up the season strong here in college basketball, if you're a true, just kind of like love basketball, can't not watch it. WNBA is coming up. I know Megan always shouts that out. One of the best sports to kind of bet, just because there's a lot of mispriced numbers, live angles that you can get onto. But yeah, so definitely look at the W, but also the NBA. Rithmm is smoking the props 60-35 this past weekend.
Absolutely. NBA, WNBA, they've got it all. Even golf as well, too. So stay tuned. And it's always good to sign up early, get some things out there, and ahead of next sports season come August, September. When you're worried about football, we'll be worried about the Patriot League previews. So make sure you mark your calendars for September 4th, because we will be back for Patriot League. No, I don't know exactly, but it'll be around then, a little bit after Labor Day for conference previews. So let's enjoy it, though. Only a few episodes left here on the Pump Fake Pod, a handful at most, but still good amount of. Yeah. Here's Trevor. They're still foul, though. Let's still have to foul, though. Here we go. It's going to happen.
I'm waiting for Trevor to finally see the shot. Did he see it yet?
I don't know. He looks
And
like
one. And one. There we go.
There he goes.
God, finally. He's way behind on that TV versus where you've been. The TV's behind you.
Shit, I am behind already. Oops, I was a little behind.
Oh.
How are you going to miss a free throw, dude? You get fouled, you're going to miss the damn free throw?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, rebound, putback. Nah, I wish.
You muted us, so we're good now. We can
It's
keep
an
talking.
11-point foul game. Trevor's going to love this one.
Give up.
Oh,
Give
yeah.
up. Give up. Give up. Stop. God damn it, man. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Jesus Christ. What are we doing?
Yeah, but why? They're stopping the game? What? Oh, my God. They're stopping the game.
It's done. What the hell?
Well, I mean,
Why are they stopping the game at 12 points?
This is what college basketball is all about right here, man.
They were up 7 and we're sweating an 11 and a half. How? God damn.
I'm glad you're enjoying Cancun, Mr. Guard. Drink a couple Miami Vices on me.
Missed it. Don't foul. Oh, it's over. It's over.
Come on, just get a bucket. Get a bucket. And
Over.
one. And are you fucking kidding me, dude? Oh, my God. Oh, my fucking God. This is...
Damn. Did Puzzle
I want this fucking flagged by the FBI.
I was wondering...
What the fuck?
I was wondering where Puzzle's been in the chat. Looks like somebody probably just muted him. Kicked him out. Looks like
What's up, Louisville? I don't know what the hell is going on. I texted it. I DM'd him. I was like, I haven't seen you in a minute, brother. I was like, what the fuck's going on? But yeah, I don't know. But all that matters is Greg Gard's in Cancun having a good time, Trevor. He's not even recruiting right now or looking in the portal or anything. He's just drinking freaking mudslides in the hot tub, talking to these spring breakers. Maybe even going out to the cartel on the beach and getting some disgusting dime bags. But you never know. What's Greg Gard doing in Cancun, Trevor? What do you think?
Getting ready for his UNC job. I want St. Joe's investigated. What the fuck was this? Well, you better fucking foul till 0, because what's the difference?
It's over.
God, fuck you. I'm so ready for baseball. This sport keeps kicking me in the fucking dick, and I'm sick.
All right, that's enough of that.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about baseball. This is a college basketball show, so I love this sport. I don't want to hear about fucking baseball personally, but and I played baseball all my damn life, and I still don't want to hear a fucking lick of it. Don't give a shit that it starts tomorrow or whatever it does. Don't care, because guess what? This is a college basketball show, and I went 0-2 myself. But, it is what it is. 0-2 tonight, but it is what it is. So in March, 235 and 211, and we are up to 9.1. We lose a full unit today, so we're up 9.12 units in March. Still up 75.23 units on the year. But the final record goes, or not final record, but the updated record goes to 1,749 wins, 1,510 losses, and 6 pushes for a total of 75.23 units. So fun stuff there. I didn't get them on the picks page. Sorry, guys. That's my bad. But it was only 2 games. So if you watched the Pump Fake Pod, you definitely knew what our bets were. But
they were battling.
We didn't know our own bets last night.
They were battling.
Trevor was talking, and I just go, all right. I was like, all right. I thought he was on Wichita. I was like, all right, I'm on Tulsa. I was like, sure, battling. He just plays the dual button, and we both gave out Tulsa -4.5, which gets hooked. But that was pretty funny. I had no idea, to be honest with you. I totally thought you bet Wichita State, Trevor.
Muted.
He's looking up the whip percentages of Cal Raleigh or whatever.
Damn right. Damn right I am. I got a nice play for tomorrow, but nobody's going to hear it. And nope, I had Tulsa. Never liked Wichita on that one. Should have.
Yep. Fuck yes. Well, anywho, now let's talk some more basketball, because tomorrow we got the same thing as today, basically. 2 quarterfinal games here. For March 25th, Dayton, Illinois State, Nevada, Auburn, and then we have our Sweet 16 Thursday, Friday. So remember, no Pump Fake Pod tomorrow night. But we will be back Thursday night for just like a little recap. We can go over our picks again for Friday, but we will be doing all the Sweet 16 picks tonight for Thursday, Friday, along with the 2 NIT games. So stay tuned for that. Thursday night, we'll do a recap episode. And then we'll figure out another episode for Friday or Saturday to discuss the crown as well, too. Anywho, let's start off strong here, because we got a good one here in Dayton, Ohio. Illinois State versus Dayton. Dayton laying 7.5 against the Redbirds. Over-unders 139.5. I would say fade the buzzer beater, but there's just no way I'm fading Illinois State because they're my only future now officially left in the NIT. I had UNC Wilmington future, St. Joe's future, and Illinois State. So I'm going to get not responsible with my bets and forego the future and take Illinois State plus 7.5 and keep my future, but not just bet with that. We're going to go ahead and double down and take Illinois State plus 7.5. No fade the buzzer beater. Yes, Dayton's been hot. This does feel like Dayton's chance to get to the Indy, but the Redbirds have been spoiling. And they're postseason champions last year, CBI champions, that is. They got to take it one step further to the luxury CBI now event because the NIT is basically that now. And glad it is because these teams actually give a shit. And I get to watch Chase Walker play basketball not for one last time, but always a chance for one last time potentially this season, as this is a winner-go-home game. Illinois State gets to Indianapolis plus 7.5. Give me Illinois State plus the points. They're going to get to Indianapolis. Mark my words. I want my fucking eyes locked in live on Illinois State this year, and I want a picture with Chase Walker. And it's going to happen because they're going to cover the 7.5, and they're going to cash my fucking future in Indianapolis as well too. I'm going to go get a beverage.
Yeah, I'm on Dayton. They're gonna steamroll them here. This is the far better team. We saw what happened tonight. Run out of legs, run out of gas. Illinois State. Congrats, one on the buzzer beater. Now you're running to play a Dayton team that's red hot. Dayton by 25.
Whoo! Outline that.
Might just have to.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be on Dayton here, minus the 7.5 as well. I'm right there with you, Trev. I just think that they're returning home. They played on the road the first 2 games of the NIT, beat Bradley, and then beat up on UNC Wilmington, both on the road, like I said. Now they return home, where notoriously they are a better team. I think Dayton they're playing very well here as of late. I'm going to lay it with the Flyers, and I'm going to fade the buzzer beater. Sucks that I'm fading my Illinois State Redbirds. I typically always back them, but I just think that it's a good time to fade them here. Dayton flies high tomorrow, gets it done. They win it by double digits. I agree. Maybe not 25, maybe 14.
Yeah, they're going to kill them. Nevada's heading to Auburn. Auburn's laying 9.5. I will take a Nevada. Auburn laying double digits against.
And I think he froze. Did you freeze? Hello?
Are you guys okay?
I think Trevor froze.
I'm here.
I don't understand. You just stopped talking. All right. Well, as he was saying, I think he was taking.
I'll be back in.
You're good. Yeah, I think he was taking Nevada, I believe, from what I could tell. I'm gonna be on it. I'm gonna be on the dog here as well. I will take Nevada. Auburn, I know they've kind of got a point to prove. All that stuff talking leading up to March Madness and the selection show, saying how they should have been in. So they want to make a statement, but they've kind of really skated by these first 2 teams. South Alabama beat them by 11. Seattle kind of made a late push down the stretch, hit some threes to kind of tighten up that game, but only became a 6-point game. I think Nevada, significantly better team than what they've faced so far. And I think that they keep it within the single digits here. So I will be on the Wolfpack plus the 9.5. Probably going to maybe wait to bet this. I think I can maybe see like a 10.5 at some point as well. Might even get a little bit crazy and take like a I don't know. Not gonna get too cute, but yeah, I'll be on Nevada plus the 9.5. So 1 dog, 1 favorite. Let's roll.
Frozen. There he is. Let it go.
You there? Hello.
I'm back.
There he is.
I can't see him.
There he is. Yeah, I just took a shit. Literally went to the bathroom, just took a shit. And I was thinking of Auburn the entire time because they are human fecal matter. Fuck Auburn. Guess what, guys? There's no cap to this. There's no like, oh, Nevada does this and Auburn. No. It's fuck Auburn. I've been fading them, and they have not covered one single game in the NIT. They're not going to cover tomorrow against Nevada either. Nevada plus the points. I do like your angle, Elliot. I will wake up and I will take another poop tomorrow in the morning, like I do every morning, and then I will think of Auburn again, and we will fade them on the toilet bowl tomorrow. Let's go, Nevada. Steve Alford, shitty play of the day.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm not laying points with Auburn. I ain't fucking doing it. They're trash. This team is bad. They're gonna win this game by like 3 points. It's gonna be a tight one. Fade Alford with expectations. And, I'll gladly take them in the jungle here, getting to gate this game by single digits. Easy. Give it to me.
Yeah. And maybe do the home bowl tomorrow play too. Maybe +10 on the home bowl tomorrow, Trevor.
Might just have to.
All right, so with that, the NIT semifinals, we have New Mexico locked in and then Tulsa locked in Indianapolis. So these two teams will have a chance to punch their ticket to Indy. And then also next, the game we just discussed, Illinois State, Dayton. So I'll tell you what, man, if Dayton gets to Indianapolis, they're going to be a problem because it's going to be an easy easy drive in, and I think they're gonna ship some students in for sure. I bet tickets are not going to be as easy. To be honest, I'm rooting for Dayton to lose because tickets are going to be easy as fuck to get if they don't come. So, not that I have my tickets already, maybe, but I want better ones. Just like we sat for the Horizon League Conference Championship and semis. So. Let's do that again here. NIT, the Horizon moved to a newer arena that the Indy Boom, the Pacers farm team, formerly the Mad Ants, play about 10 minutes from my house this way. I guarantee the NIT moves there. Maybe they like Hinkle Fieldhouse. It's big enough, but just stay tuned. I know you guys don't care about the arena as much, but I think Hinkle's a great spot. NIT's got is an old tradition, a long-lasting tradition in college basketball. It should never go away, no matter what. I'm glad they put it at Hinkle Fieldhouse, one of the oldest arenas in college basketball. All right, 2 NIT games out of the way. We will see you guys Thursday night. Everyone have a good one. Oh, shit, I forgot. We have games to discuss for Thursday because we have 4 Sweet 16 games we're going to be discussing for Thursday. 4 we will be discussing for Friday as well, too. And then, so stay tuned. We will see you back Thursday night there after this episode is over. Because no Pump Fake Pod tomorrow. Remember that. No Pump Fake Pod for Wednesday. No Hump Fake Pod tomorrow. Purdue laying 6.5. I see 7.5 places already against Texas. Over under is 148.5 here. You know what? Purdue feels like a hot hand that has a chance to win this tourney, but I don't think they're going to cover 2 games in a row, especially how they did kind of late. I'm going to take Texas plus the points. They've been riding the hot hand, and Cam Heide revenge game. Cam Heide's been looking really good for Texas. He's been that hot hand. I could see it tomorrow, Thursday. That is 4 threes from him, and those threes are very important that matter. Wide open, a big 3 from Heide puts the 3 in his fucking pocket, and a big timeout by Matt Painter where the momentum shifted. And that's probably what Cam Heide wants, especially transferring from Purdue last year. Not getting as much playing time, and still got a good amount of playing time last year, but now he goes to Texas, really has been shining. I think we see a revenge spot there as well, and Texas has been riding the hot hand in one of the hotter teams in March, and you just don't fade that, really. We've called it. We've said first 4 teams go on a run. We always know a first 4 team that wins makes it to the Sweet 16. Pump Fake Pod called that one. Did we call Texas right? I'm not sure, to be honest. I didn't, but we did. We were like, yeah, one of those two 11 teams that win is going to make a run. So shout out Miami, Ohio. Shout out Texas. Texas gets it done though. Makes a Sweet 16. I think they're going to compete hard against Purdue. I will say to play devil's advocate, Purdue can really win down low, which is going to be a problem. So I think if Texas can close down that perimeter, not let Fletcher Lawyer get super hot, and he was hot last game as well. I think we could see a step back a little bit, a heavy defensive game, and Cam Heide revenge game. I will take Texas plus the 7.5. I'm going to keep watching it, see if we can let this number even climb 1. But if it's still around 7.5 tomorrow morning, I will take that plus the points.
Yeah, I like Purdue here. I think they get them. Purdue's been good guard play and whatnot. They've been playing well, but Purdue's been, once conference play started, regular season's over, they've hit another gear, and I said that all year. They don't really give a shit. They've kind of just gone through the motions they did, and then when it mattered, they turned it back on. Texas, cute run. You played a fucking who was their 11 seed? I forget whoever they played.
NC State,
BYU, or they played BYU, NC State, BYU, a injured BYU team that had one guy who went for 40 or whatever. Still didn't matter. They that's all they had. And then they played a banged up, or not a banged up, a Gonzaga team that constantly chokes with Mark Few. I mean, they had a stretch of 5 years and they've done nothing. All they've done is choke. Sean Miller, yes, he's a good coach. He's a dog here. It's tempting, but I think Purdue's far too efficient. I think their shooters are going to hit their shots. I think Texas is going to run out of gas here, and Purdue's just going to control the paint, and that's going to be that. So give me Purdue laying the 6.5. I'll let everyone bet this down.
bet it down. It's going to be bet up, my guy.
Oh, it was 7.5. It opened 7.5 when we did the show on Kerms, and now it's down to 6.5. So I'll let it keep getting bet down.
It's up to 7.5 now again. So,
well, then it just moved. It moved in an hour and a half.
It's just moving. It's juiced to the 6.5 minus 120, minus 125.
Guys, I want to just preface this real quick. If you're looking at that shit, this is a Sweet 16 game with 4 games on. It's going to be a very heavily public bet game. It's not going to be a sharp movement or anything like that. I'm just prefacing that. You guys think what you want, but that's my view, especially when we get to the Final Four and as we keep advancing. Like, this is the most public bet games all season, no matter what. And like for me, the movement, the sharp movement has to happen within like 30 minutes, an hour of the lines opening versus how long they've been open since like Sunday, essentially. Just prefacing that. So
I know, but exactly, they've been open since Sunday. So if it just moved a point in an hour, what the fuck happened that it moved that much after the line resettled down to 6.5 an hour ago?
But my whole point is that it's not sharp movement. That's like there's public movement going on there, basically.
I mean, a sharp guy in Vegas or somebody could have hit it and they moved it. I mean, there is respected money out there like that, but I don't know. I just saw 6.5. Curious.
Yeah, no, 6.5, 7.5, whatever it is. I'm gonna be on Texas here plus a 7.5. Do like the over 148.5. I might double dip in this game. That would have got hooked on this number. Ended 148 total against Miami. But I think Texas has the offensive firepower to stay in this game with Purdue. And down low, Vokatitis has been playing his best ball as of late. He's just continuously getting better and better. I've been super impressed with him down the stretch, particularly these 3 tournament games. He's really showed out. And against BYU, played absolutely outstanding against a solid front court. I think he faces another solid front court with Oscar Clough. He already had to deal with Kebakeda, so I think he's going to be able to hold his own down low. I think this is a close game. Purdue wins, Texas covers, and to play devil's advocate for Cam Heide, I don't see him being very efficient. So I wouldn't really call it a revenge game. He's only shot twice each time in the last 3 games. Only plays about 14 minutes, so he's not playing very much. I mean, we'll see. But I would fade him. I would take his unders in my opinion. They got a lot of shot makers with Dalen Swain, Jordan Pope, Tremont Mark, and they're playing through Voka Titus a lot more. So I just think that leaves him kind of out to not get very much burn.
He's at least made a 3-pointer in every one of those games you mentioned. Yes, he only shot
1 for 2.
1 for 2, but hey, that's gonna be 3 for 4. Mark, or 4 for 5 tomorrow. Or Thursday. Mark my words.
That's you can get a hell of a price. I would bet it then.
I don't bet props due to the gambling issue, and I don't really have props even very open unless they're quick hits. If I can get them in the first basket, but I'm not betting props after the gambling ring that happened. I refuse to bet props in college basketball after that gambling ring. Why would I ever bet a fucking prop? Only totals, unders, money lines, and spreads. All right, game of the week. Nebraska laying a point against Iowa. Over/unders 132.5. Third game of the year here for the Big Ten. Yes, this is a Big Ten game, by the way. Nebraska, what a story. Just played Vanderbilt very good till the end, and had a little comeback, which was nice. And then split this series with Iowa. It was a shitter of a game. I remember that game now. It was like 60 to something, 58 something. Let me pull it up. 57-52. I was close. And then a better game just about a week ago, Iowa lost 84-75. So Iowa wins the game where they want to control the tempo. Nebraska wins the game where they get to control the tempo. I find that very funny. So I think that's the catalyst for this one here, and the edge of who gets to control the tempo. With it being an NCAA tournament game, and for how well Iowa was able to hold Florida, I think Nebraska's got no choice but to play a slobber knocker of a game. So in the battle of efficiency, this is a little bit of a scary game. As much as I want to take Nebraska, I just feel like this is screaming Iowa to me. A low total, a short spread, and we got a winner of a coach in McCollum. Not quite a full buzzer beater as well. I mean, if we want to, we can count it. But I'm forgetting that. What a run Iowa's got. Now they have a chance to win the series on a split between two teams that don't like each other. It's going to be a packed house. A lot of Iowa, Nebraska fans going at it. They're all in on this run. Hoiberg, props to him. He's done a great job. But still give me McCollum with the edge and coaching there. And I think just with the low total, with it being an NCAA tournament game, we're not going to see a ton of points. I think it's not going to fare well for Nebraska. So give me Iowa. Let's go Hawkeyes. A 9 seed makes the Elite Eight.
Yeah, I'm with you. I would have liked the 3.5 at open. Unfortunately, missed it, and was hoping Nebraska got bet up from 2.5. They didn't, but I'll still play Iowa. I think they won the game. I would have liked to have 3.5, but what you going to do? I mean, Ben McCollum, he's won 4 D2 national championships. He's had uber amount of success. He's got Bennett Sturts, who's played some of the most basketball in the country, and they've been running the same system. They're very efficient. Nebraska, incredibly lucky to escape Vanderbilt that way. I still trust Ben McCollum and company. It's a low total. All you have to do now is basically pick Nebraska to win. I think it's a trap. I like Iowa. I think they're going to get their style of ball. I think they're going to have the best guard in this game, and they're going to get it done. Give me Iowa. Just give me the money line at this point.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Nebraska, Cornhuskers. On the money line, I'll take the over 132.5 too. Like Huff said, I agree. If you want to take the under in this game, go Iowa money line. If you want to take the over in this game, go Nebraska money line. I think that's kind of how you can play it as well. So if you like a side, bet whichever way you think the pace of play is going to go. I like the Huskers. As Hasty said in the chat, Price Sanford revenge game here coming from Iowa. Okay, yeah, I just think he just balls out every game. I won't even call it a revenge game. He just really good from the floor. I think if they are somewhat capable of staying pretty consistent with how they've been shooting the 3-ball here. I think this game goes over the 132.5, and I think Nebraska gets it done. They absolutely packed Oklahoma City, set the decibel record for the Paycom Arena. And that was with Oklahoma City Thunder even having a Game 7 there in the NBA Finals. Set the record. I think the fans are crazy. A little bit closer than Iowa. I mean, I think Iowa will travel too as well, but I think the Husker fans are just a crazy fan base, and you'll see a lot more like a home court atmosphere for Huskers. And you look at that, and they won at home against Iowa, lost on the road. Give me the Huskers in a home atmosphere in Houston.
Yeah, and I think all of his fans are also just all in on this Nebraska season. It's been one of their, if not most successful ever. So, yeah, I went back and forth on this one. I ended up going Iowa and in that under, but I think that's the cap, and Elliot obviously agrees. I think we see in the 60s type of game. This is an Iowa win. If we see a high 70s team flirting with 80, Nebraska's got it in the bag. So hopefully we'll see the latter. But I think this is going to be a great game. Looking forward to watching this. Very excited for it. All right. Arizona laying 8.5 against Arkansas. Over-under is 166.5. I have them in my bracket. So we'll take Arkansas plus the points against Arizona. I think this is a great matchup for them. We got Mr. Acuff now. Excuse me, Acuff Jr. Official shoe for Acuff Jr. Reebok announced today with there's going to be an Acuff shoe. So stay tuned for that. Let's go Reebok. They're so back, by the way. And also, Allen Iverson just gets a fucking bag from them consistently, like he's Bobby Bonilla. What up, dude? Just talk.
I will say, pretty cool of kind of a way that Reebok did that. They signed him on an NIL deal last year. There in like May of 2025, and kind of basically built a relationship throughout this whole year before really deciding whether they wanted to give him a signature shoe or not before he goes pro. So kind of a cool way to do it, giving him an NIL deal, kind of adding him to the team, and then building that relationship before kind of announcing a formal partnership. So shout out to Reebok, and shout out to Darius Acuff. Number 1 overall pick, in my opinion.
It's like a trust almost. I love that. It's like a trust or a bond that pays off. Let's go. I'm going to take Arkansas plus the 8.5. Not even the shoe alone, but matchup wise, when I was doing my bracket, I did pick Arkansas to beat them in my elite to get to the Elite 8. I just think Arkansas is a great matchup for this Arizona team. A fast-paced matchup that they normally have to make teams run with Arizona. But now Arkansas has a chance to even be even faster tempo than Arizona here. Definitely some athletic discrepancies, potentially some size discrepancies, but by all means, I think Arkansas is going to be able to hang, and there's not that much of a wide discrepancy as we're thinking. They absolutely have the battle. I think they have the guard play in this one, and they're going to be able to put up shots. Let's go, Coach Cal. Hopefully, maybe he can get a little whistle as well too. Tommy Lloyd, he's kind of struggled. I think he's really wanting to get this one. This is the team he needs to get. I think he knows that. So there is some pressure there, and maybe even added pressure in the wrong way for Arizona, that is, because sometimes when you have it all, it can go away very quickly. And you don't want to see this Arkansas Hogs team that's got history. They've done well in March as a program. And now they have the roster to make a little run here and surprise some people. Yes, I think Arizona is one of the best teams, if not the best team in the country. I don't want to sleep on them, and this was very hard for me. But I didn't want to go all chalk, and this is the one where I thought this is one that the 4 can get the 1 here. So give me Arkansas plus the 8.5. I'll take that, and we'll look at a live money line spot or a money line spot, but. Like I said, I already have in my bracket. I think they're definitely live. But laying that many points with Arizona, who also played at their food against Utah State, only won by 12, almost didn't even cover the 11.5. I think there's a good potential for Arkansas to scare the shit out of Arizona and make this a one-possession game.
Yeah, I like Arkansas with the points too. Guard play wins in March, and there's no better guard in the country right now than Darius Acuff. Going bananas, Trevon Bazille doing his part, helping out. And then the other freshman, I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Malik Thomas.
Malik Thomas, thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean they've all been playing really damn good. This Arizona team is going to be a test. Arizona very efficient. They like to get inside. They'll shoot the three, but it's not what they do. Arizona's efficiency is going to be crazy. I don't think you can really stop Acuff. I don't mind an over, but I like Arkansas as well. I think we get a lot of points in this one. So I'll take Arizona Arkansas plus the 8.5.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be repeat robot. Get the fuck out of here. Arizona minus 7.5 is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing 8.5 too. So take that if you like. Shop around. Take that if you like Arkansas. I think this is simply a mismatch for Arizona with Arkansas here, in my opinion. I know that the guard play is good. However, you got Jaden Bradley, who's going to be able to guard Darius Acuff. He's going to make it very tough on him. And Darius Acuff could have 30, 35 points, sure, get his own. But I think Arizona could still win this game by 15 to 20 points. You look at a similarly compared team with the size and offensive efficiency in the paint. If you're kind of comparing SEC, Florida is probably the most comparable team to Arizona. And what they do last time, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9-1 in their last 10 games. Their one loss came to Florida by 44. Gave up like 50 some points in the paint. I don't see how Arkansas is going to be able to stop Arizona in the paint. Trevor Brazil, okay, yeah, he's more of a kind of a swing forward that's going to play more outside the paint. And I just think Malik Ewan and Nick Pringle are just going to get into foul trouble with all of Arizona's bigs. The only thing, that I see good capability for Arkansas to get some points is by shooting a lot of threes. But you mentioned it, Trev. They don't shoot a lot of threes. They shoot it at a decent percentage. They just struggle or not really struggle, but they don't really shoot a high amount of threes. So I just think this whole matchup, it's a mismatch down low, inside. Arkansas is going to relinquish a bunch of points down low, get into foul trouble. They're bigs. I think Arizona wins this, bear the fuck down, take a minus 7.5. I'll line them up to 13.5, 14.5. I think they win this game by 15 to 20 points.
All right, you freaking namby-pamby fader over there. You get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here.
This is one of my favorite plays. I honestly, if you look at a comparison to a Big 12 to SEC school, the comparison is Arizona to Florida, and Florida is just was a total mismatch against Arkansas. I think it's similar to Arizona. So bear the fuck down. Go.
That's yeah. Franklin, start barking. Let's go. Let's go. Franklin's pissed off. The Hogs are going to be feral on Thursday against your meow. Look, he's rooting for he's not the conference lover guy, because I could give two fucks about what happens with these Big Ten teams. But Illinois versus Houston. Houston laying 3.5 against Illinois. I have taken dogs every single game so far, and I will take a spread here. I will lay it with Houston. We've seen Illinois' run magically ends. Yes, I think Illinois' got a matchup here, but Houston sees the destiny on the wall and the writing on the wall for them. Kelvin Sampson, I'm not saying they're looking ahead, and maybe it's the best, but I think both these teams they're fully capable of winning winning the regional final, no matter the opponent that comes in. I think there's Franklin. No, I think there's No, sorry guys, he was eating something bad. But anywho, I got Houston here. I love my Kingston Flemings, love JoJo Tugler, and just love the story of Houston. Sharp, they got guys that have been here before. I think they're going to be a problem for this Illinois team. The guards play especially. I think Illinois has got size, yes, but I think they're going to be run out in a full 40 minutes of a game of attrition against these Houston Cougars. I will lay the minus 3.5. I think the foul game gets us done. I think Houston wins by like 8. It's a lot closer than that score is, though.
Yeah, I like Houston. I kind of went back and forth. I think the front court's kind of a wash for both of these, but the guard play is what I kind of wonder about, because I mean you got Uzan, Flemings, and Emmanuel Sharp on the other side there, and then you got Boswell, Wagler, and Stojakovic. You know, they've been great. Boswell, you know, he's been at this level, he's used to this, but Stojakovic and Wagler's a freshman, he's been phenomenal, yes, but this is the big stage now when you're going against Kelvin Sampson with basically a week to prepare. That's tough. And then Stojakovic, he's been playing at Cal. I know he's been playing great, but what happens? You know, he gets a little nervous. Shots don't fall. Boswell's not a big scoring guard. He runs the offense. So I mean, Houston's front court's really tough. I think Houston's guards at the end of the day have a better chance of succeeding in this game than Illinois'. I'll take Houston, laying the 3.5, whatever it is. Really wanted a money line. Didn't want to pay that much. Maybe I'll find something to put Houston money line with, but I would lay it. That'd be about it. Yeah, that's a good way to potentially play, Jacob.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on Houston here. It came down to 2.5 as well. I'm gonna take Houston on the money line. Just ignore the points here. Get rid of that. I think this is talking about a mismatch in last games. I think this is a really good matchup. So I'm very intrigued. This is probably one of my favorite game of the Sweet 16 to watch, in my opinion. Just because you got a kind of a higher powered offense, fluid offense, with a kind of a physical defense in Houston. Great passing bigs there with Illinois versus very good athletic big men for Houston that can switch, take care of the pick and roll. They can switch on the pick and roll, aggressively hedge, or they can play a little drop. I just think this is a fascinating matchup. I'll take Kelvin Sampson being a little bit better with the X's and O's rather than Brad Underwood, in my opinion. I do like the over 139.5 in this game. Houston, we kind of think of them as the defensive juggernaut. However, when they face teams with a little bit, higher offensive efficiency, they've given up some points, and they've shown that they can score as well this year, especially with that trio of guards that you mentioned, Trev. So I like that over 139.5 as well. I'm going to take Houston on the money line, and I'm also going to take the Illinois Houston over 139 as my two bets here in this game, as this is going to be my favorite one, and I'm going to be locked in to watch this one for sure.
I like the over as well. I think I'll double down with you there, Elliot. I like the over. I think it sneaks by. I think we'll be a little worried about it, and I was thinking of maybe even holding off because of a potential live over being better. But I think just with the spread, I think the foul game is going to be a major thing here, which makes me like Houston laying it. But I still think we see an over here. I think we see like a 75 to 70 type of game or something like that. Around a 145, 146 total around there.
I was gonna say 73-70, and that's why I was gonna take Houston on the money line rather than the 3.5. So
yeah, I missed your caps. I assumed.
Oh no,
with that, I missed that, but I get it. You didn't want to lay the 3, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nah, I mean, I just think Houston money line, I'm getting it at a good price. I'm seeing it down to -2.5, so I can get them, at a pretty good money line price. I'd rather just take that.
I'm gonna take that. Where's that at?
Obviously. Right now, BetMGM is the only one that has it available. It's a little juiced.
Sports Science Jacob, I know he's got that line. Where's that line at? 2. I'll go 2.5. Yeah, you said BetMGM.
BetMGM, yep.
Okay, yeah, they're always slow.
And then Trevor's favorite, Kalshi.
Oh yeah, he loves Kalshi up there in Wisconsin, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So how does that work? I let's be honest. I haven't logged into Kalshi. I haven't logged into Polymarket.
Yeah, can you explain that, Trev?
Do you need somebody to take action, or can you just bet it? Do you need?
You can just bet it for the most part. You can just bet it. You can change the screen. You don't have to deal with the shares bullshit. It just looks like a normal sports book.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Change the shares?
I don't. It's based off of like shares or whatever you buy and sell, percentages or whatever of things, percentages of points. So like, oh, will New Mexico win by over 11.5 points, yes or no? No, they won't. So I'm taking St. Joe's, but really I'm trading that New Mexico won't win by 11.5. And then so it fluctuates by the game because it goes by the probabilities.
Can you set
And
your
it just
own lines and then have somebody
You
else take
could.
it?
I've never done it. I think you can. I don't know. I just click on something, you can buy it. I mean, it sucks because a lot of shit's juiced all hell. But sometimes you get some decent shit.
Sounds like those Wisconsin people just really love juice.
They like
something. It's
ABV juice, that's for sure.
They like juice and late lines.
They like juice, late line, and buckets of beer for sure. Trevor, how many buckets of beer you think you went through? Let's get the tally.
I don't know.
Over under 7.
Oh, way over. Smashing
that
over. Way over.
Him himself?
Yes. Way over.
We lived there from 9:30 in the morning until 11.
Bucket is 6.
This dude doesn't mix. He's only drinking Michelob Ultra. He doesn't mix.
Yeah.
I know what I'm saying. So wait, 6 is in a bucket?
6,
5,
yeah.
Maybe 5 some places.
The 6 in a bucket. In Wisconsin, it's got to be 6. They probably throw in 7. Buy one.
They upped it to 6. 6 for 15.
Hey, that's not bad.
6 for 15. Yeah, we went through a lot.
Hey, you need one in your center console on the way home?
You think you got? You think you went through 30 each day?
Easily.
Yeah, easily did.
I would say from 9 to midnight. Yeah, that's probably a high probability.
9 to midnight.
So
that's two an hour.
That's easy.
Yeah, easy.
Probably front loaded heavy too. Maybe like front load, like that noon to 4 slate was just. There's 20 beers right there.
6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. It got a little fuzzy.
Yeah, he's like, oh fuck. He's like, he's like betting. He's like, I just bet on West Virginia. They're not even in the tournament. You bet on women's. Yes, yeah. Classic. But no, Trevor. That was a good day. Yes, I was figgity. Saturday was my figgity day. Yes, Friday was good, but Saturday I was like boozing heavy. Did I already share my throw up plane story on the Pump Fake Pod? I shared that last night, Trevor.
You did.
Okay, I was gummy. I don't remember, but yeah, I told a dude I'd puke on him. Speaking of puke on him, yeah. Duke laying 6.5 against St. John's. Over under is 141.5 here. We are now officially into Friday, March 27th games, 7:10 p.m. Eastern here on CBS. Duke, St. John's, over-under is 141.5. Trevor, will you be at the bar for this one on a Friday?
Nope, I'm done. Nope, definitely taking the weekend off.
Definitely.
Why?
The over definitely.
Why? I'm laid off. I'm laid off for a month. I just had my fun last weekend. Now I'm chained to my house.
Nice.
But I like St. John's here. I like the 7 money line. Duke's not going to get that fucking whistle. They were losing to TCU, and then all of a sudden everything just went against TCU, and it was very egregious. I'm not the only one on the internet that believes that. A lot of people in the media also were saying so, and I don't think Duke's going to be getting a whistle against Slick Rick Pitino here. I like St. John's plus this 6.5 money line. I think Duke meets their match with the physicality. They're not going to get their whistle. They're going to have to play straight up, and that's going to be tough to do against St. John's here. I know Duke's got some better athletes, minus Ejiofor for the most part, but the St. John's team plays really well. Very good defense, and they're going to make life hell for Boozer. I can tell you that much. Zuby will. So give me St. John's plus the 6.5. Sprinkle the money line.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Trev. And I hope Virgil that he's wearing all white. That would be super sick, automatic outfit bet for sure. We go with the uniform bets all the time. That would be an outfit bet for me. But yeah, I've got the St. John's advancing in my bracket here against Duke. I'm gonna roll with the Red Storm here and the Johnnies. I will take the 6.5. I think they're a really good defensive team, especially particularly if we want to break it down a little bit more in the pick and roll defense, which is a lot of times you'll see Duke kind of run that. They can really make it hard on some of those pick and roll teams, especially with creating Dylan Mitchell out. They you saw that when after Darren Peterson hit a couple threes there at the beginning of the game. They kind of used Dylan Mitchell to kind of switch out on the pick and roll, and he did a great job of switching and playing on the guards. I think he can kind of shut down the guard play in Isaiah Evans. And then as everybody knows, Caleb Foster's out. You already mentioned it. Trev down low with not only Mitchell but Ejiofor. I think they're going to be able to make it tough and difficult for Cameron Boozer. I think he struggles more so with length, which St. John's doesn't have, unfortunately. So I think he'll be able to get his own, but they're going to make it tough for him. I just really think St. John's is going to be able to kind of muck it up defensively, and I just pray to God that they hit some shots. They can't rely on Bryce Hopkins going 6 for 9 from 3 again, like he did against KU, because that was way above his average. But if we can get, kind of a couple shots to fall for Sanan, Jackson, or Darling, even, I think that St. John's is really live to win this game. And Hasty Ngongba is back. He played a little bit. He was a little bit in foul trouble there against TCU, but he did ended up coming back and played about 13 minutes, but had 4 fouls. So, so I'm on keep the story short, I guess, short and sweet, to the point. St. John's plus 6.5. Bet it up.
Let's go. Johnny's up.
J. Cole game here. Graduated from St. John's, and he is a Tar Heel fan as well. Although he was at the Duke game and they asked him a question, he's like, I still support and respect Duke. I'm like, you know what the hell, man? That's some fucking God. Like, come on, that's terrible. But anywho, we'll freaking let it pass. Give me J. Cole's alumni. I have them in my bracket as well, Elliot. I completely agree with you. I'll do the same thing as I did for Arkansas. And remember, he graduated magna cum laude, 3.8 GPA. Same GPA as me at the Harvard of the Midwest. But anywho, no one's remembered that. No, trust me, no one gives a shit about that.
The fall off.
The
fall off is released. The fall off of Duke, baby. It's coming. It's coming on Friday.
Yes, so let's go St. John's. Although I am fading the buzzer beater, it feels like a lot this March Madness. I don't give a shit. Let's keep the storm rolling. Storms do pass, but storms can go far. Let's go St. John's. Get Duke, upset them, and expose them. And I think Rick Pitino's obviously got, props to Shire. He's a great coach, but now you get Pitino's masterclass to really expose some of Duke's holes, where Jerry McNamara was able to do that, where Jamie Dixon was able to do that in certain situations. I think we see some masterclass tomorrow. I'll take St. John, or Friday. We'll take St. John's plus the points. Let's go. Michigan laying 10.5 against Alabama. Over-unders 174.5. The Rico Bosco game, Trevor. I don't know if you saw that this morning from Barstool. Wager on the line if Alabama wins, he gets a double pay raise or something, double salary increase, and then a 10-year
forever
for Rico Bosco from Barstool. And then in return, he has to do a college basketball show with Nate Nadeau.
I didn't see that little tidbit of it. That's great.
Unbelievable. I figured you'd like that, Trevor. I saw that this morning. I almost texted it to you, but I was traveling today, so I was busy. But I figured I was like, I'll talk about it on the Pump Fake Pod. But funny ass game there. Are you going with the salary increase? Or are you going to be rooting for Nadeau here? I guess even if they win by 8, Alabama still covers. But this is an outright bet that they have outright. So Alabama, Michigan's looked unstoppable. But Alabama just put up 95 or something, 93. Can't remember exact score. I think it was 93-65 now that I'm thinking about it. But dominant performance from Bama. Do they keep the tide rolling, or does the Wolverines continue their dominant run, as they look like the heavy favorites to win this tournament, in my opinion?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to like this Bama, all these points after what they saw. But I want to see you do that again. I know that's the way to beat Michigan, the way Wisconsin did. You make your shots, and clearly Alabama shoots the way they did last night. They'll win a national championship if they do that another 4 games or whatever it is. I don't think that happens though. This Michigan team is way too physical. Mara's not going to let him get anything at the rim. They're not going to get any rebounds. Cheryl's been playing well, big man, but they haven't really played anybody that he would go up against anybody his size. And I got two on Michigan that can go up against them. They got great guards that front court. They're very deep on the bench. I think Alabama struggles to shoot. I think Michigan gets whatever the hell they want. I think Michigan wins this game like 104 to like 82, something like that. I think Michigan kills them, and Bama just has no answer for Michigan. So give me Michigan. Team total over, -10, game over, whatever. I like Michigan to kill them.
E-Money, what do you got here? You going with the Wolverines or the Tide?
This one's tough for me. I kind of want to just, blind take the over 174.5, to be honest. It's an egregious,
Alt line it 190.
Egregious, outrageous number. Devil Blue in the chat said over 200. You could definitely see it get there with the style that they play in Michigan, man. They can put up some points, and if Alabama shoots somewhat decent, I mean, I think you definitely see that 100 something to 80 some type of a game. This, in my opinion, was probably the hardest game for me to cap. Not quite sure on what I'm going to do yet on the spread, if I'm being totally honest. But I would probably go to the over 174.5. I'll be on that because I think it's going to shoot up a little bit too. People are just going to randomly bet the points potentially. So I know it's kind of crazy, but give me the over 174.5 for show purposes, and I'll be on the spread. I just need to do maybe a little bit more research because I don't feel confident one way or the other. I think this line is kind of priced accurately, so don't have a real big lean one way or the other currently.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hasty in the chat's right. Bama just made 23s. Virgil's like Alabama, but I think they're capable of striking twice a little bit. I took the Alabama team total over 81.5. I was going to do Michigan, but it was up to 92, 93.5, which is just insane. But sniped Alabama over 81.5. It still exists, so go and get it. I think we can see that sneak by, even if they're getting their breaks beat off and Michigan scores 100. I think they're capable of keeping within the number and scoring the 85. But instead of taking the spread and going against Michigan, I'll just be taking Alabama's team total over and just rooting for them to try and find points. My team total under angle worked for Texas Tech last game, so we're going to try to take it with a little buyer, a little more less of a little bit of a buy low spot here for Alabama because their team total is never just in the low 80s. So it is a little scary. I think the books are scared to take their number and are worried about Alabama for sure. But let's root for points, even if they don't cover the spread.
I totally forgot I got Kerm, so I got to go do his too. But I got one bet in these two, and it's Yukon. Yukon money line. I date yes, Rizzo and everything. Congratulations on making Sweet 16s, but he hasn't made a serious run in a while. This Yukon team is playing really well. Hurley and company. I mean, Caravan went bananas the other day. Solo Ball didn't do absolutely anything, and he hasn't been doing anything, and they're still finding ways to win and covering games. Michigan State, yes, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be gritty, but I think Terrence Reed is going to end up being a factor in this one. I think Solo Ball plays a lot better. I think he finally plays well after, I don't know, like 6 games, whatever it's been. I think he gets it done, and I'll take UConn. And then in the other game, the Tennessee game, Iowa State, they're going to punk them. It's just they're getting low lines because no Josh Jefferson. I don't care. They're still the better team. They're built for a tournament. Taman Lipsey's healthy. I mean, that's tough. They get another injury, but they're playing really well. They just punked Kentucky. I know Tennessee's a different animal, but their offense goes sluggish, and I'll trust Iowa State's defense and their offensive capabilities here.
All right.
Let's go up.
See you Friday or Thursday night. Thursday night, Pump Fake Pod will be back. No episode tomorrow. I've said that 5 times, but hey, I get to remind we're a channel. We get the repeat shit, just like radio sign offs always do and stuff like that. We'll now pause for 7 seconds for station identification. And we're back on the Pump Fake Pod After Dark to finish out these 2 games here, adult swim style. Yukon laying a point against Michigan State, over under 135.5. We were laughing like hyenas in the background. Maybe it'll bite us in the ass, but there is zero chance I am fading Tom Izzo as a dog in March. No chance.
With this preparation?
Plenty of preparation. Izzo can get just as angry, but he's not as much of a dickhead as Dan Hurley. I'm going to love Izzo here. You know what? I think their matchup's great. Their big man can really dominate down low. You know, Fears versus Ball, a little scary of a matchup. I think the edge goes to Ball, but I think Fears can get hot.
Ball's been struggling, man.
He's been struggling, but you know what? Tides are changing, and we know how fast things change in college basketball. But all eyes are going to be on this game. Michigan State's got a great roster. You know, who knows what guy's going to pop off? Is it going to be Cohen Carr? Is it going to be Kerr Tang as well? You know, Kerr Tang from 3 is dangerous. He's a very efficient shooter. I think he could be an issue where UConn's going to be able to forget about him on the matchup there. You know, they got good guys. You know, Caravan, he's like 36 playing college basketball. So props to him. He's
already got his jersey retired.
Exactly. I mean, he's already done his shit. He doesn't care as much. You know, Silas Demery going to be a good matchup with Carr and Kerr Tang. So, and then you got Mullins. I mean, this is going to be a great game. It's going to be a hard fought battle. But in a game in the trenches, I'm going to take Michigan State as a dog going into March. You know what? Hear about that Sweet 16 runs. I don't give a shit. Their Final Four destiny. Tom Izzo's got one left run in the bag here. And I think it's this year. I had Michigan State in the final game in my bracket. I will stay true to that. Let's go. And I have a future on Michigan State to win it all. And when did I give it out? Oh, yeah, November. Let's go, Michigan State. Sparty the fuck up.
Yep. Izzo in March. Don't fade Izzo in March. He's got the preparation coming off of damn near you got 6 days to prepare for this Yukon team. You got like I said, Solo Ball has been really, really struggling. Hopefully, you know, I'd like to see him get a little confidence back. But man, I mean, it's just been kind of atrocious watching him shoot the ball here in the last 5 games. I mean, I think he's a total of what did I see? 2 for 18 from 3 in the last 4 games or in the last 5 games or something. Been in single digits the last 5 games. So he's really been struggling. But I think Trey Fort, I got to watch out for Michigan State. Really struggled kind of throughout the middle of the season, was challenged by Coach Izzo. And kind of, if you're listening to a lot of the interviews and things like that, he's spoken really highly of how Trey Force responded to the adversity that he's faced this year, and he's came through down the stretch here and played very good in these first 2 games. I think he could be an X factor that's not very talked about. I know we talk about Cohen Carr, Carson Cooper, Jackson Kohler, Jeremy Fears. I'd personally take Jeremy Fears over Solo Ball just because of the playmaking capability of Jeremy Fears with the amount of assists that he can dish out. So yeah, I'm all over Michigan State here. I would also look at the over 135.5. I think that's a little low number. I think we see the foul game potentially scrape this by. Maybe it's 65-62 with a minute left. And then we get the foul game to put it over at 70 to 66 or 72 to 66, something like that, where it kind of scrapes by. So I'd take the over 135.5 as well. But, you know, a lot of people are going to be talking about Terrace Reed and just the effect that he had on that first game against Furman. But now he gets to go up against the big boys. Didn't fare as well against UCLA, but now he gets to go up against Jackson Kohler and Carson Cooper. Jackson Kohler obviously be able to step out, stretch the floor, shoot the 3. I see him making a big impact as well. So yeah, give me Izzo and Sparty. No, not Timu Sparty. Shout out to the Juice.
All right, final game of the Sweet 16 of a Friday. Friday night, we'll be back talking Elite 8. Don't you worry. Maybe Saturday morning we'll figure that out, but stay tuned there. Iowa State laying 4.5 against Tennessee. Over/under is 138.5. I have to agree with Trevor here. I'll lay it with Iowa State. Was a little worried about it early on against Kentucky, but they always find a way. I don't think Tennessee has an answer for Momcilovic, and then Lipsy can get fast and hot. It's going to be a great matchup there with him and Gillespie going at it. So excited for that one. But this is a chance for Rick Barnes in March. Both teams kind of struggle in March, in my opinion, and have lost some tough ones. But this Iowa State team's different. The injury news absolutely sucks because I had Iowa State versus Michigan State in my bracket. Those are the two I picked to go all the way. Not because I have futures on them back in November. So just a fun team to root for, and a team that can get super hot and just dominate no matter if it's 10 minutes of the game that makes it look like they've been beating ass for 40 minutes. They can just turn it on in the blink of an eye. So hopefully if they start off slow, they can pick it back up like we saw against Kentucky. But I don't think Tennessee's high-powered enough and fast enough and tough enough to really run away from Iowa State, even if they do start off slow. So give me the Cyclones, lay it against Tennessee.
Yep, I'm gonna lay it here with the Cyclones as well. I'll lay the 4.5. I think you saw what happens when an SEC team goes up against kind of this crazy style of defense that Iowa State plays. Nobody really plays like it in the SEC, and Kentucky sure wasn't prepared for it. I don't think that Tennessee is going to be prepared for it either. Maybe other years, in recent years, when they've had these teams that with Ziegler and a couple of those other players that are able to kind of take the pressure and are physically demanding defense themselves. I just don't see this Tennessee team as that same type of defense. So I think Iowa State's really going to kind of bully them, like you said. And Iowa State, they kind of struggled from three, especially in the first half, and they were still leading that game by 1. So it just goes to show you that they can force some turnovers, play defense. So if they're struggling offensively, they can still stay in the game. But I see them playing a little bit better on the offensive side of the ball. I see exactly. I agree 100% with you, Huff. Momcilovic is gonna body Ament, but I think Ament's gonna really struggle offensively, just with the physical style of defense that Iowa State plays. They're gonna make him speed up. He's a freshman. Bright lights, Sweet 16, fade Rick Barnes in March, baby. So we back Izzo and we fade Rick Barnes. Give me Iowa State -4.5. And then I'm also going to do fun. I know I'm a Big 12 homer, but I'm going to do a fun little parlay, Big 12 parlay, all 3 Big 12 teams on the money line: Houston money line, Arizona money line, Iowa State money line.
Oh, I hope they all hit other than Arizona. One leg's got to lose in a parlay. Sorry, bad juju there, but I don't care. Anywho, that is our show for the Sweet 16. I mean, I'm down to fill out a bracket, but we kind of did already, in my opinion. I let you know on my sleepers or of my picks, because in my Sweet 16 I had. If we want to just go through the games real quick again, we already kind of did, but it looks like we both have Iowa State advancing to the Elite Eight here. We both have Michigan State advancing to the Elite Eight here as well. I think Michigan moves by, but I do like Alabama to maybe hang around. But that's why I only took them team total over, so didn't have a strong feel. I think Michigan can move on for sure. So Michigan, Iowa State, St. John's, and Elliot and I both have St. John's in our bracket, so we'll have a St. John's versus Michigan State game. And don't we all want that? Patino versus Izzo to move on to the Final Four. That is pageantry right there. Houston we both have, so we like Houston. And then I think Elliot likes Arizona here, but I think Arkansas moves on, so we'll have a battle here. And then we're battling here. I have Iowa versus Houston in my moving on, and then he has Nebraska versus Houston moving on here. And then I think Purdue gets by. Texas keeps it close, though, but Purdue moves on. So they will play either Arkansas or Arizona, depending on who we battle there. So that will leave you there. There's our Sweet 16 picks. Already gave away 2 Final Four picks, national championship picks. That is Iowa State and Michigan State on my end. Appreciate everybody tuning in. those are our Sweet 16 picks episode. Remember, said it before, I'll say it one last time. No episode tomorrow or today, that is. No episode Wednesday, no hump day, pump fake. And we'll be back Thursday night to recap those first 4 games, maybe even give out another pick that we found or a couple other picks that we like on Friday outside of the ones we gave here. And then we'll be back again live either Friday night after those four games or Saturday morning, depending on – it's leaning towards Saturday morning for me. I may be out somewhere else Friday night, but I can make it happen late night and make it work. But Saturday morning, potentially, we'll see. We'll have to talk about it. But stay tuned for their Elite 8 picks show Friday night or Saturday morning. And then we'll be back the following week. We're going to do a lot of warm-ups for the Elite 8 or for the Final Four the following week. So a lot of warm-ups there. And then some special guests coming into town as well, too, to stay with me for the Final Four. So one of these yahoos on the Pump Fake Pod better get the fuck out here into Indy. Elliot, come on over. It's coming up. Got the Final Four, got NIT. Indy's going to be booming. We'll be boozing. Any final thoughts here before we get out of here?
Parlay plus 214 for the Big 12 parlay. Shop around. I'm sure you could probably maybe find it. That was at the Green Book. But shop around, see what you can get from other books. Check the picks page as well. Might be on a few more bets in terms of like some overs, unders. Probably not going to stay away from props, like you said. So I might pick up a few more bets along the way. Might have a spread play in that Alabama-Michigan game that I'll give out on Thursday. The more I dig in and look into it. So enjoy the 2 standalone NIT games tomorrow, and we will see you guys back on Thursday.
Yep, appreciate everyone. See you back to Thursday. Enjoy your Wednesday. Have a special one. Hug the family. Hug your friends. Text a friend. Call a friend. Let them know I love you. And this March Madness season has been fun. Spread the word. Only got a couple weeks left of the entire season. And it's been a special one. And always keep the Pump Fake Pod in mind, especially for next season. Appreciate you guys. See you Thursday night. Peace and love, everybody. Haven't played this in a while. It's my favorite quote of all time. Elliot knows that I'm tuning up. Let's leave you with one of the best quotes of all time.
Amazes you that you don't know anything about basketball. You're illuminating your relative lack of knowledge of the game with a statement like that. Basketball has been full of that kind of thing. You have a team that plays a little bit better today than maybe it normally plays, and a team that doesn't play quite as well as it's capable of playing, and you get a big differential in a score. Next time the two teams play, maybe the team that played real well doesn't play quite as well. The other team plays a little bit better. Just a reversal for the first time. I don't think the home court has anything to do with it. I think that you get...
Peace and love, everyone.